Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the ASOTV podcast for Riverdale Season 2, Episode 9, Chapter 22, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm Nikki, and with me tonight I have Kim, Chrissy, and Jake.
Hi.
Hi.
Nana rolls!
I just realized, I like my mess
Nana
behind
rolls.
me.
Nana is back, and she is sassy. Damn.
Sassy,
Where the
creepy.
fuck have you been?
I mean, she was a combination of sassy and creepy.
Yes, that's for sure.
She was sassy because she told Mrs. Blossom she should have drowned Cheryl and Jason when they were
Well,
born.
you know
Oh my
what?
god.
It might not have been a bad idea.
I'm thinking she was on the right road for that.
Yeah, because Cheryl's just getting weird. Like, she's getting worse.
Yeah.
We didn't really see her trying to mac on Josie this episode, but she was doing a lot of other crazy shit.
Sorry, I'm a little... I watched 2 episodes in a row. I think I'm a little... I might be a little...
Yeah. Anything that has to do with Josie, she really didn't do anything this episode as far as that goes, but I mean, she's just, her mom goes, "Hey, we don't have money for Christmas." And
Bullshit.
Cheryl's like, "F you, yeah, we do. I'm gonna go buy all the things for Christmas."
Yeah.
And
A soup dish in your house is worth more than the house.
Mhm.
I know,
Mhm.
and they're constantly wearing, like, fancy clothes and the jewelry and stuff, and it's like,
If you don't have money, sell some shit.
yeah.
So those
honestly-
damn wigs, those damn lace front wigs that you got in the attic somewhere that belong to your husband.
Yeah.
Those cost like $600. Those wigs.
Mm.
I forgot that he had those wigs to fake that he was a redhead. He was actually blonde.
I
Or
didn't
gray.
remember that
It
either.
looked gray.
Or, yeah, gray or bald. I
So
know.
I don't know why he doesn't just dye his hair, but it wasn't enough hair.
Because
so it's
he's
I
rich
guess.
and has to be fancy.
But I mean, he's long dead. We don't need to really think about him anymore.
Or is he? He's dead.
Yeah, he's
he,
dead.
like,
pretty sure
super
he's
hung
dead.
himself. Pretty sure he's dead.
You know what? I
Or
still
Penelope
And
hung
then-
him.
And then
I
they burned down the barn.
yeah, I feel like Penelope hung him, and then she
Or
burned it down.
rather she told him to hang himself, and he
That-
did. 'Cause
that's
he's a
true.
fucking pussy.
But yeah, Cheryl's just been like along with like Nana, this episode, just a compiling of creepiness and just sass because she was like ordering people around like she owned the place again, which she picked back up after her mom looked like almost completely healed now.
Yeah.
That's
true. She really
Yeah.
does look almost completely healed.
But we're kind of like addressing the Riverdale Reaper a lot this episode, and Archie and Veronica, who have taken over was it Archie and Veronica? I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah.
This episode
No, it was Archie and Betty.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna say
Archie
this
and
episode
Betty.
was all Archie and Betty, which
Okay.
I have a lot of opinions on.
I got something to say. We
Oh,
will say
no.
it later.
we will say it after Riverdale Reaper
I don't know
because
what the hell's going on over here.
we find out about him that he wasn't exactly the killer, that Svensson pointed the finger and people did the deed, and it seems like Miss Nana Rose, I think I have her name written down somewhere. Her name is, I can't find it.
Oh, Nana's first name, you mean?
Yeah, I thought I had
Rose.
her written down. Is it Rose?
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah,
so.
Nana Rose.
it's Rose.
Okay.
That's why we all started calling. That's why we became Nana
Duh.
Rolls. Because it's Rose.
It's Rose, right? And she claimed that they took care of the bad man. Um, but it seems like she was the one running that brigade of men to go kill
Running.
the priest. Running.
Oh,
Well,
I was a
she said-
woman. I had to be left at home. It's like, sure, you had absolutely
Yeah.
nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you
Mhm.
implicitly.
No.
No.
No. Not at all.
Nana Roll will cut you.
Yeah, she's vicious, that one.
Mhm.
And she was acting. You could see she was acting senile for Archie and Betty, but she really isn't.
Oh, when she went like, I think I need to go to bed. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
Cheryl, can you help me? It's like, no, you ain't playing that way right now. Old lady, you got things to tell, and you should be telling them right now. But of course she's not going to, because that whole bit of that family is secrets on top of secrets on top of secrets inside of secrets, and then more secrets in the garden. So,
Tied with the secret bow.
yep.
At the bottom of the
mean-
secret store.
Yeah. So, like I said, we find out that, Svensson pointed the finger at the wrong guy, but they did it anyways. So the Riverdale Reaper could still be around.
Wait, was it it wasn't the wrong guy, was it?
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
that
They said it was the wrong guy.
Yeah.
He believed now in his child, like whatever, in anger, that he may have pointed at the wrong man because
Mhm.
he just was something.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I thought it was confirmed that it was the wrong man, but
Okay. No, I just must have missed that part.
speaking of Svensson, he's gone. He's missing.
Where the fuck did you go?
He just didn't show up to work. So he's not answering his door. He's not taking the soup off of his porch. They just assume that he's a sad man because he has no family for the holidays.
Well, which is kind of true.
It is kind of true.
Because your family's
He's-
dead.
Yeah. That's the sad truth about it. But, there's a new janitor, and that's what sets Archie off. He's like, whoa, we have to go check on Svensson. Maybe, but he's like, oh my god, maybe we sent the Riverdale, not the Riverdale Reaper, the Black Hood after him because,
Because we
that
have
was-
2 killers in the show now.
yeah. But, that's not the case. Svensson sets it up, and that's what it seems like anyways, because Betty gets a call from Svensson, which then turns into the Black Hood being like, I'm gonna kill him. You guys meet me here, blah, 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 all this jazz. And then there's this, fight scene, and Betty's burying Archie alive, and like Nana Rose said that they did to the Riverdale Reaper, they didn't shoot him or kill him or stab him or slice him up. They threw him in a grave and just started tossing dirt on him, and he was alive.
Alive. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Buried alive.
Yeah.
I must have been checked out because I missed that too.
There was a lot of information actually this episode because they wanted to obviously wrap up Black Hood and push us towards more the Riverdale Reaper route before the winter break.
Which kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
I feel that it was very lackluster. Like he's supposed unless this is not it wasn't the real person.
It's a
there's
red
not
herring.
going on.
I'm
Yeah,
it is
willing
a
to
red
bet
herring.
100% that's a red herring.
That's
Mhm.
what Red Bandit in chat is saying. He's like, do you think Svensson was
No.
really the killer? And,
Because if he is, this is lame.
Yeah, no.
yeah,
He's-
because,
Oh, yeah. Super
I feel
lackluster.
like, whoever the Black Hood is, it's probably the Riverdale Reaper, to be honest. Let's just say that, or a descendant of him, like a relative.
Mhm.
Basically saying, if you don't do it, I'm going to kill you anyways.
Well, now that I know the truth, the setup that they might have killed the wrong man
Mhm.
definitely screams to me that the original Riverdale Reaper is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
and
And
is the
he's-
Black Hood. Like that lends
and
a
is the
lot
Black
to,
Hood, yeah.
to
Well,
that.
they did explain that he's probably like old at this
Yeah.
point, and probably older than the current killer that we have.
He probably
then
has like
maybe-
an apprentice or
Well,
something.
I still think it's more than one person, so it could
Yeah.
be both. Could be
We
a
watched
younger
the
guy
damn
and an
Saw
older guy.
movies. Y'all remember Nicky and Kim? You know how this
I was
goes.
waiting for the Saw stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The whole
Absolutely.
apprentice master bullcrap. Yep, that's probably what's happening here.
Fucking 8 movies of that shit.
And I mean the arrest, when they arrested Stenton, when they took the mask off,
And he
that
was
felt
dead.
like he was just a puppet, and
Yeah.
that he wasn't the Hood really.
Really, you know what it
Like,
did
it
to me?
didn't
Felt like the whole
Feel right.
puppet thing. What is it? I'm trying to think what other movie does that.
They did it.
Other than Saw.
It reminded me of something that happened in Arrow.
Okay.
None of you watch Arrow. Anyway, they were trying to
I
get
could
the
see it happening.
yeah no they were
Yeah.
trying to get this bad guy Prometheus,
Mm-hmm.
and he just dressed some other guy up in his hood, and basically made him take an arrow for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this has happened actually a lot in a lot of other like movies with masks. And
Yeah.
anytime that you put someone in a villain in a mask or a hood or anything, I think this has definitely happened more than once where they stick
They did
somebody.
this in Scooby Doo.
All the time, yeah, all the
They
time.
did it. They did it in the They did it in a Scooby Doo game, and I'm pretty sure they did it in one of the movies.
Speaking of Scooby Doo, I watched The Witch's Ghost today. Just a tangent.
And it's awesome, right?
Oh god, I was singing with the Hex Girls the whole time. Anyways, Hex Girls
And
needs
when
to have
Hex Girls-
they need to
come
be
on
on
the
the
show.
show.
On this
And-
show,
This show. And then Josie and the Hex Girls, they need to like have like a battle of
don't
the
get 'em a
bands or something.
yeah, they have a battle bands on top of Pops, and then when they're performing, a phantom poofs into the crowd, and then
What?
he takes Josie and the Pussycats, thinking they're the Hex Girls, but they're not really the Hex Girls. And then the Hex Girls are like, "Oh no, wait, we have friends that deal with this sort of thing. Let's call them up. They're only in one town over."
They really are. Coolsville is only one town over, same as Greendale. Like they're
Yeah.
just a really close net little town system going on.
Yeah.
It's like a spider web of
It almost
bullshit.
Then-
feels like
yeah, and then we have
boroughs
the com-
instead of different towns.
Probably. Then we got
Might be.
Scooby and the gang coming over to Riverdale, and they're like, "Oh, Josie and the Pussycats, we know them. We met them like 30 years ago."
30 years ago.
Wow. Yes and no. But yeah, Spencer's, he's a dead body now. Yeah, there's that. So that's the end of the episode.
Feel better, Cher.
We're kind of working backwards here, but
Yeah, I mean, we
So-
had to skip. That was a pretty big reveal. We had to skip.
it
to
was. It was. I mean, I think the bulk of us are thinking that he's a red herring. Svensson is not the real killer. That the real killer's still out there, and I tried to
I'm
look for
still
a
thinking
promo.
of Sheriff Keller.
Yeah, I mean,
Betty's
we
gonna go
also got-
psycho and start killing people.
Oh my god. We got a little bit of an indication from Archie because when he first thought of Svensson being Black Hood, he looked him in the eyes and he didn't get any reaction out of it.
that. Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, Svensson's good, man. It's what I've bets." And at the end, he looked at Svensson again. He's like, "No, it's not him. But why is it him? He's still getting that. He's like very conflicted. So, I mean, Archie, you have a good instinct about this, but other than that, you're still stupid."
Yeah, and I mean, he sort of at the end was like very accepting of these are the facts. They just arrested this man. He's guilty.
Well, see, and this is why Archie
He's
is
more
stupid.
wondering why he thought what he did. Like he feels why was I wrong?
Yeah.
Because for once, Archie, you weren't.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. Yep. And I mean, we're on the same, like we're talking about Archie being dumb.
Because he is.
because he is, and then there's this whole deal with Betty, and then he's still dealing with Veronica.
And the goo goo eyes that I do not
And-
appreciate.
And the expensive gifts and the
Like
Can we talk about
let
this
me pay off
awkward
your
Secret
father's
Santa?
medical bill.
see, you know what? Kevin's Secret Santa party was a very nice gesture.
And it's adorable.
It's
but you know what?
adorable,
Yeah.
but I feel
and Moose and Midge are back.
Mhm.
They come through the door. Everyone's and see, this is nice. See, this is nice. This is what we need. We need a nice little get together. Unfortunately, it's
Yeah.
really bad timing.
Mhm.
Had we done this earlier, things would have been fine.
Yeah. I feel like they just wanted to smush all the characters into this episode because it was technically the holiday episode. So
And it was the mid thing, whatever.
the mid-season
so-
finale, they want to try to get everybody's face in there at least for like a second or two. So,
Yeah.
but
Was
I
Valerie
wish
here? I don't remember.
Val, I don't
No.
remember
I
seeing
didn't see her.
Josie. I don't remember seeing any of the Pussycats this episode.
Josie was in it.
Was she?
She was in
Yeah.
the gift exchange.
Oh yeah, she was.
I don't know if she had a line or not, but she was definitely there.
Well, she
Okay.
sang it. She was singing at the end.
Oh.
Oh yeah, her and Kevin were singing at the end.
That
And wasn't that nice?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I'm trying really hard not to mix episodes together.
Yeah. Wow. Just saying, they sounded great together.
They
They need to
did.
sing more often as a duo.
Kevin joined the Pussycats. Why don't you just do that? 'Cause Valerie has gone missing. I don't know where she
He
is.
should.
Kevin, you know what? You could just be be in the back tambourine, and you can look pretty, and that's all we need from you.
Well,
Okay?
The other
Well,
Pussycats,
Kevin worked
like,
that. Place.
fucked off because they were like, screw you, Josie. Have they come back? Have they come back around? Or
Has Melody and
think
Valerie?
so.
I think they're still angry at her for
Yeah.
trying to go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Bandit, I'm sorry, to backtrack a little. Red Bandit agrees with me that it's like the thing from Arrow.
Okay.
That's how it felt. It's different because we didn't get an immediate answer. Like with Arrow, there was an immediate answer. It's like, oh, that's clearly not the guy I was looking for. With this,
Right.
it's
It's still up in the air.
But
Well,
it
in
has that
Scooby-Doo-
same feeling. To it.
No, in the Scooby Doo game that I played when I was 5 years old, the real villain. So everyone thinks that the monster of the episode, or rather the game, is this professor that's inventing these weird objects. And then so by the end, when they unmask the guy, it's the professor. But you're like, wait, something doesn't feel right. So it turns out it wasn't the professor. It's actually his niece, who we met at the beginning of the game. And she used one of his inventions that dresses you really quickly before you get to the door. So
What?
she uses the invention to put the costume onto the professor. And since the professor is senile, he doesn't remember any of that. So he just thinks that he's the villain because he's wearing the costume. So he must be.
Yeah, he must
Huh.
be.
Okay. I mean, if that's how sonality works, I'm not gonna, ask any questions. I
mean,
don't
yeah.
know. Oh gosh.
So maybe that's what
Christmas
happened.
presents at Kevin's thing.
See, I'm
with-
tying it back to Scooby Doo. See,
Yes.
this is how we tie it in.
Scooby Doo has to happen. There has to be a crossover, or
It does
maybe
happen. It
even
does happen.
because they're doing a Sabrina, side thing. Netflix has already grabbed it and was like, we're doing it. They should just do Scooby Doo as well. Whatever.
Did we talk about them doing a Scooby Doo thing?
Or
Yeah.
we've
They are.
speculated and we've said, but
Oh, I
Supernatural, if they're doing it, they're testing the waters.
yes, that's true.
I think this is my theory, that they're testing the waters for the Supernatural Scooby-Doo episode to see if people still respond to Scooby-Doo. And at least, I mean, people our age, I guess, because I still watch Scooby-Doo, but I'm not the target audience for current Scooby-Doo right now.
Yeah.
When you say supernatural Scooby Doo, you just mean that in the Scooby Doo show there are supernatural elements?
I mean, the
No.
show.
In the show
No.
Supernatural.
No, Supernatural,
Supernatural.
is going to be doing a Scooby Doo thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted
It's
to clear
an
that one
animated
up. I was
episode.
like, hold on.
Yeah, it's an animated episode. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's actually 3 episodes after the winter break comes back. So I think, maybe, I don't know.
I don't remember.
It's going to be awesome though. I can't wait for that.
Mhm.
But yeah, for Kevin's Secret Santa party, we had Musamid show up. We had Archie. Oh, we had Archie give Betty his Secret Santa, right? Or was it the other
Yes.
way around? No, yeah, because who got? I don't know. But there was, Archie and Betty making goo goo eyes because, the episode before they were staring at each other through the window and
Excuse me.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
exactly.
think we all need to go
I'm
vomit
so
for a little.
sad. Like, okay, so like I said, I'm mixing. I was trying to really hard not to mix, but like they kissed, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Ew.
And it's very obvious that Jug still
I'm like,
really
no,
wants
Jug.
to try with Betty, and they get into that argument again.
Jughead, you were being shady.
Yeah, he's
Because
still
that
being
ain't no
shady.
romance novel that you gave to her at the end of the episode.
Mm-mm.
If you read that actual book, you'll find this is a fucked up message that he's
Yeah,
sending.
yeah. Beloved is a really, it's not what you think it is by reading the title.
It sounds like, and I don't know if this was intentional. If they, if they intentionally chose that book because of the misleading title to people who are not familiar with the book, where people would think like, oh, like there's still hope because he gave her this book, but
I am not familiar.
Oh.
Enlighten me.
It's kind of what's happening with them right now, except times like 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
Times like,
Okay.
Yeah.
this is not the book you give to somebody to say I want to get back together with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just put it that way.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of like confirmation, like, because Jug's like, no, we're done. And she keeps arguing the fact that he can't make choices for her, but he's like, no, I can't. If you're gonna make that choice, I don't want to be part of it, kind of thing. So it's like,
You're gonna be icky and doing pole dances. I don't want anything to do with
yeah,
that.
like, I mean, he's
yeah, I was like praying.
yeah, that episode. Like, I think all of us were sitting here going, like, what even happened?
Sandra D.
She was
I
doing the snake
yelled
dance.
at my TV so loud in that episode. My mother came down to make sure I was okay. I was just like, what? Put your clothes back on.
I'm like, where this shit? And like, her mom immediately knew what she was doing, and she's like, what the fuck? And I'm all like, we're right
Our
there
mom
with you.
just
For
jetted.
once,
Go
we're
to your-
all
no.
we're all with our mom. We're like, what the fuck?
No, I was her mother for a second. Like, go to your room. Go.
Put your
No, go to the
sweater
basement.
back
No,
on.
you are going to the animal farm with Polly. Okay? And you're gonna spend your time with goats.
Put your clothes on.
Oh
That
my god, can I go to the farm
really-
and play with the goats?
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
great.
love goats.
That actually threw me off. Was Betty's dream?
Can we
Yeah.
have Polly back?
Oh
Really?
my god.
And I feel like this was a reference to the movie that they're referencing in the title, Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is
Yeah.
about a killer Santa Claus. Look up the remake; it's better than the original.
Okay.
But yeah, there seemed very like an homage to that, not just in the title.
Yeah, like first we see Polly. I was like, oh, Polly's back for Christmas. That's interesting. And it's
Well,
like
She would be.
she would
right.
be, but I mean, she didn't want to be because Black Hood was still around at the time. And then Alice is making gingerbread cookies. Like,
Yeah.
what? And then we see Black Hood.
No, Margarine, you don't make Christmas cookies.
Yeah,
Since when the fuck do you make cookies?
I don't know. It was just. Betty wakes up. She's freaking out. She's telling everybody she's having funky dreams. And everybody's like, "Are you just crazy?" Which isn't not. I mean, that's really the full truth because she's smooching with Archie, even though she wants Jug still, and then
Gross.
she's running around,
I like
looking for
dingbats,
Svensson.
okay.
And the thing that really, really got me about Betty this episode was at the end when she's burning all the Black Hood stuff after Svensson, and she keeps the mask. She throws it in the fire and then she grabs it out, and then is like looking
that's
at it
dangerous.
longingly.
Well, like I said, that's why we're getting Betty's going to the dark side.
And I mean, I think that's a big part of the reason why she didn't want to go back to the house. Why it freaks her out so much. Not because it was spooky, but because it was true, and she knows it's true. She's like him, in a way.
In a way.
And the hood scares her, but she understands it.
See, if we are to believe that Svensson is Black Hood, they have so much less in common than we assumed before.
Saturday has a family.
Exactly. Like, the motivation for, being a crazy psychopath is not really the same in this, like, it's not the same at all in this respect. He's killing to, purify sinners because he was a sinner, or because, someone did wrong to him and he's trying to justify the wrong. Whereas she doesn't really have any of that to back her for feeling like she's connected to Black Hood in that sense. Now, there could be...
It might be more abstract than that. It might just be the sense of justice. Like, the things she's done for justice, the way that the Black Hood was talking about what he's doing.
Right.
Similar feelings.
Well, I mean, the darkness. Because there's dark in him and there's dark in her.
Yeah, it could be just as simple as that. I mean, maybe I'm thinking too deeply into the connection. Maybe it's just as simple as she's got the crazy in her.
Doesn't everybody though?
Yeah. But it just seems like it's
your mother,
hers
your father.
is trying to control.
It's like Alien trying to claw its way out of your stomach at this point. Like that's
Can we have
how
that crossover?
Oh man.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
That'd be interesting.
As I vomit. Every time.
Because they're all going to be dead because they're all fucking stupid in the show except for Kevin. Because Kevin has seen all the Alien movies and he knows what's up.
Oh yeah, yeah. The rest of them, they don't even know what Alien is.
Every time they get like the chest, or any of that stuff, I'm always like. Well,
that's what's happening with Betty's darkness. It's trying to burst through her rib cage.
Oh,
and show its dirty self.
It's gonna run away.
So we're talking about
it's
species.
It's gonna manifest
it was
itself.
Oh, Species is terrible.
Oh God!
But I mean, she's playing Archie, she's playing Jug, and Jug has a lot of daddy issues going on right now because
we have daddy issues in this show.
I mean, theirs is like, oh no, we're having, roast beef for dinner when I wanted, roast pork. Whereas with Jughead, him and Dad are actually...
I want food, Dad.
He's actually saying, yeah, Dad, I want food. But, Dad's, trying to bring home the bacon. He's taking over Jughead's mistake with dealing with Penny. But... Jughead still wants to help because he's like, this is my deal. This is the thing that I made so that we could help you out. But, FP's not going to have any of that. He's saying, no, that's not happening. And so when he's out doing these things, he's bringing home bags of shit. We assume it's drugs that he's delivering.
Or maybe it's cookies.
We find out what it is later, but he's off doing these things. He's supposed to be home. He's supposed to be away from the serpents, but he's not. And then his parole officer shows up, and Jug's like, "Yo, he's not home." Guy's like, "I don't care. Let me in." Uh-oh. And I've actually heard of these situations working out before, and it's never been good. Like, friends and friends of friends and things like that have happened.
I'm asking for a friend.
But Jug decides to take it into his own hands and recruit all the younger serpents to take care of Penny.
Yeah, that was a good idea. Not.
I feel it. Yeah, that sarcasm was venomous there. I felt it just like seething. But they take her to Greendale.
You live here now.
Yeah, this is your home now. You live in Greendale, this fucked up supernatural creepy place. This
With
is
the
like
not
your
Walking
home.
Dead
I would have laughed if
deer.
something really bad happens to her. Because they cut up
Well-
her arm. We all know that's what happened. He
They cut-
skinned the tattoo off
Yeah.
her
Yeah, he
arm.
took that tattoo right off her
And
arm.
he even uses the phrase, I got my pound of flesh, and I was just like, wow, Jug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chill.
Jug,
Talk
I
about
mean,
someone going dark.
yeah. I mean,
And
but the thing is,
Jug doesn't realize it.
I think he does,
I don't think.
but he's
He just doesn't
transition.
care.
He doesn't get. He's transitioning so smoothly
This is how
that it doesn't
psychopaths are
feel
born.
wrong to him.
I
Whereas
suppose,
with-
yeah.
Granted, so
This is how mob bosses
This-
are born.
no, but this
YOLO.
to him, this woman is a terrible, shitty woman.
No.
Mhm.
So I get that he thinks he's doing some good, and especially lifting weight off his shoulders because she's wronged him, and presumably a bunch of other people. But that's a tattoo, and it's supposed to stay on there.
And like that's not a great spot to rip a piece of flesh off
There
of a
are
person.
veins. There are.
Your tendons. That's
I
a
mean,
very
that's-
that's your wrist. That's a very sensitive part of your
It
arm.
wasn't a wrist. It was farther up her
It
arm.
was,
Really? I
yeah,
thought it was, like,
it was
still
more
there.
like
No,
Like,
it
Oh,
was in
here?
a fleshy
It's,
part.
Oh, okay.
it's right here on her arm. It was right here on
But-
her arm. But
Still, that is. It was still a really like sense. He literally just told them to hold her down. So there was like no
Did you
like
sterilize the knife at least?
there was none of that. There was
What are
like
you
no
doing with that for?
mercy drugs, so she was a little loopy or wasn't feeling any pain. There was none of that. They just held her down. So she's gonna be trying
she's
to.
gonna get so pissed off.
Well,
She-
she's gonna be.
She's gonna be out for blood.
Oh, she is, and like Jug thinks
Exactly.
everything's fine, and
I
It's
don't
like,
put
I
it
got
past.
handled.
I don't put it
You
past
must-
Jug now.
Nope.
I'm half expecting Jug in the next episode to have that tattoo sewed onto his tattoo over it.
I think it's a little bit too much. A little much.
No,
That
'cause
he
we
just
might as well.
becomes Joker from The Killing Joke, just like has a face on.
or he's gonna like sew
He
it in like a
staples-
patch on his jacket or something.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, went too far. But he goes back. He tells his dad, and his dad's like, "You're fucking crazy. You
Yeah.
just fueled her
Yeah.
fire. She's gonna be back, and she's gonna be back blazing, and she's
Why
gonna
didn't
be
you
out."
Why didn't you just kill her?
Yeah,
That's
at that
something
part,
that
Really,
happens over
honestly,
there.
at this point, I'm like, why didn't you just kill her?
I mean, she's in Greendale, and this shit happened to her. She's gonna come back, and she's gonna be some like
But
freaking
if they were
wizard
in
or something.
Greendale and someone killed her, they'd be like, oh, well, someone died in Greendale again. Oh, well.
Pretty much, that's exactly.
But now
well,
she's still alive and you did this shit.
Well,
Fuckery. She's
Of
going to
course
come
we
back.
know she's still alive. How do we know? We have no idea. She's over. They threw her over there with her arm all fucked up. What if like in a zombie ate her
For
or
the
some shit?
wolves to come. The werewolves smell the flesh. They're coming to get her.
Oh, we got Mr. Creepy in the truck. He probably picked her up somehow or
Oh,
something.
yeah, there you go.
They're probably dating.
Ew. But I mean,
Cheryl's mom.
I feel good. That we'll discuss in a second.
I was like, what
'Cause-
just happened?
There was one happy thing with Jug. Betty got him a good looking typewriter.
He
Yeah.
was
For
very happy with
Christmas.
that.
That was his
Typewriter
endpoint.
haunted.
He nerded out over it.
He totally nerded
Ghost
out over
Rider?
it.
Ghost Rider.
But yeah, we didn't really cover it when we were talking about Cheryl because Cheryl's crazy, but she wakes up on Christmas morning after
And you got new presents.
splurging. I think she's got a new dad. Is that how that works?
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't
Oh.
think sleeping with
Not
someone
yet.
once.
Oh, I don't know. She looked very perplexed, as in to say, "Do I have a new daddy now?" Like you just
Oh.
see it in her face. Like
Well,
I think
I
she's
don't-
gonna get obsessed over this. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad
I
obsessed.
think it's gonna
I
be
mean,
like.
wait,
like grossed
There's
out.
never a good obsessed with Cheryl. It's always
No,
bad. Never mind.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is no middle ground with her. It's either like I fucking hate you or I fucking love you.
Pretty much, yeah. There's
I
no
love you so
middle
much.
ground with her.
I love you so much. No one
I'll
else is
threaten
allowed to
you.
touch you, be around you,
Yeah.
be anywhere near you. You are mine.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, crazy.
Oh, obsessive compulsive.
It's yeah. And speaking of OCD, that's a little bit of what Ronnie has this episode
Mhm.
with making sure she's giving her dad the hardest time with everything. With gifts, with finding out about Pop's deed, with being part of the business, with
Spending 89, what was it, 89,000, 86,000?
$86,000 to pay off Fred's hospital bill.
This is
because-
Hermione Abalonia, but what apple baloney is what I'm gonna call her now.
Apple
Baloney.
baloney. Yeah, you know what? That's about right. That sounds about
Oh my
right
goodness.
because she's full of baloney. She's the big bad. I swear, she's the big bad of this whole show.
So Veronica pretends to be apple baloney
baloney.
to pay off the damn medical bills, the damn
Mhm.
expensive ass medical bills.
Because her daddy said no. That's why she did it.
Yeah.
Spoiled brat. She is a
Mhm.
spoiled brat.
Yeah. Yep. But in the meantime, like as she's doing this, she's also snooping around in her daddy's office. And, like I said, she finds the deeds to Pops and she flips out. That's when she pays off Fred's medical bill with her mom's card because, they were talking about conserving their funds. Like there was no funds left in their budget to pay off Fred's medical bill. So this is where she's like, if you can buy Pops, then you can pay off Fred's bill. And,
I'm
they,
guessing buying Pops is like their last ditch effort at making some money.
no, that's
No?
them trying to monopolize over
Monopolize?
Riverdale.
They're trying to buy out all of the city, basically.
Well,
Mhm.
I would explain
'Cause they're
why
trying-
they are tight
Yeah.
on funds if they're buying the whole fucking city.
Well, they're trying to.
I'm sure they're getting that money some other way.
Yeah, I mean, even Veronica says, I want to be a bigger part of the business, but I don't want to be part of the illegal dealings. And they're like, we're not doing anything illegal, kind of like shifty eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
But
there's
illegal.
legal ways to do illegal things.
Yes.
Yes.
And I feel like, they have drugs, they have, they're laundering money, fraudulency, all that kind of stuff. They're also dealing with the mayor. When we were, like, as we're saying, they're talking about, we're talking about how they're buying up Riverdale. Well, the talks with the mayor is to buy all of the South Side and, just renovate it so that it's luxury bullshit, like a big ass mall and, high end apartments. That's the whole deal going on with the South Side with the lodges. So obviously they've got this hidden dragon stash of gold somewhere that they're taking money out of.
They're just laying on it.
Yep.
And it's guarded by an actual dragon.
Yes. Yeah, because Hiram, right? He knows his way. No, it's actually Hermione. She's probably the dragon. She switches back and forth. She's
Oh,
a
she's like
shapeshifter.
Maleficent?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That makes her sound so much cooler now.
Right?
Yeah, Miss Apple Baloney.
Apple Poloni the dragon.
I don't think she cared, Red Bandit. I don't think she cared.
No, Veronica just it was spiteful. Daddy
Yeah.
said no. She finds
Well,
out that he spent money anyways, and then so
yes.
she's
And that she knew she was going to get caught, but she had the leverage of knowing about Pops.
Yep.
That's the whole reason she did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, of
It was
course they're
kind of
going-
like her little mini blackmail, so she could get her way. But she has a point though, like with all of these documents that Hermione and Hiram are that they're writing up, like with Pops and whatever other deals they have. Her name is on them. Veronica's name is on those documents, so she kind of has to know legally what the fuck's going on. Because if anything were to happen, she gets dragged down with them.
Mhm.
So she does need to know what's going on, and I think Hermione understands. But I still don't think she's being told the whole truth. She's being told enough to get her by, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't seem like Archie got her a gift at the gift exchange, but he did. He just didn't give it to her then. He gave it to her later.
Yeah, I assume that that was just something he got outside of the Secret Santa because he had
Hmm.
drawn Betty for Secret Santa.
Yeah.
So that was a private gift.
It's a locket with their pictures in it.
Oh.
Veronica thinks it's adorable, so she gives them lots of kisses. But they're getting their pictures taken. Now, is this Blackhead? Is this some investigative reporter looking into Veronica's family?
Is it
Is
Daphne Blake, who was a reporter in Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island?
this maybe? Maybe. We're just trying to tie them in so bad. Just kind of like
throw everything together.
it was kind of like last season when we tried to try to tie Sabrina into everything.
Everything.
Everything. So now it's Scooby Doo. You guys gotta live with it.
We pick a new one every time.
You
Yeah.
have to do something.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, other than everybody being super duper crazy this episode, I mean, no, everybody was crazy except for Archie. Archie was actually he kind of had his head in the right kind of in the right bit right now. Like this whole episode, his instincts were fine as far as Svensson and Black Hood, but when it came to the girls, he was just being
Archie.
yeah, unfortunately.
Ugh.
But I mean, we got Nana Rolls back, and we know she knows a lot more than what she's saying, and she's got a whole act on like I'm a senile old granny when she knows exactly what's going on every second, every day with
That was
every.
full of so much shit. So over here's all the magic. Over here's all the I don't know what's going on over there. But here's all the corruptness.
Yep. It's I don't know. Did you guys catch the comment where Hermione called Veronica a communist?
Oh yeah,
Communist?
yeah, because it was the
Yeah.
big deal when she was going on about the money for everybody, blah blah
Mhm.
blah 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 blah.
Yep. Yep. That was
I missed
that
that
was that
She,
was
she like legit called her a communist.
she
Yeah,
called
Like,
her a
she used the
Called her
word?
communist.
communist.
Yeah.
Oh, she's one of
Yes.
those.
She's all like, "You're a communist. Why are you being a communist? Communist. You're
A communist.
A communist or a
Commun-
communist?
Communist.
Communist? Okay.
I
Yes.
can't speak." I said it too many times. It just came out.
No, it's
Just-
fine. It's fine. I do that all the time. I find myself saying issues instead of issues.
Oh.
Issues.
Issues. You say
So
you got issues.
I mean, that was all the main characters that I mean, that was the whole episode pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else other than like maybe the chase scene with Archie and Black Hood that was interesting, and Sheriff Keller was the one that actually shot Svensson. So
Yeah.
We're talking about she literally smacked him with the shovel and he just got right back up and started running.
that's true. He did. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just a little smack. She
You're
wailed
supposed to-
on him with a shovel.
You did double tap though. You can't just leave him there. You gotta make
She
Yeah,
sure.
you have
But
to like
still-
yeah.
Yeah,
He
Betty,
immediately
where's
just
the
got up
double
and run
tap?
away.
Zombie rule number 2.
Betty, that's on you.
If you get hit with a shovel, you don't get
In
up
the
right away
face?
and run away. Yeah, in the face.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
more
just-
shoulder.
And it wasn't.
back
No,
of
it was
head.
not.
I was
face.
like right here.
It was in the
Alright.
side of the face, and it wasn't some little love tap. She went she full turned around and went whap. And I'm like, you don't just get up and be like that.
I mean, he did drop his gun and Archie picked it up, right? Is that because I know Archie's gun is in the bottom of the river,
Right.
so Yeah, that whole
I'm
last
waiting for that to come
scene-
back around on them too.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it's used in a murder and like, he's had his fingers and hands all over it, and they're gonna be
So
like,
is she. So,
yeah, so is Betty,
but it's been
Veronica.
it's been in the water, so that might wash off a little bit. She might be okay with it. But
It-
still, the
You know,
fact
it
is
takes
that
forever for them to find things in that fucking lake.
and he
That's
did it
true.
under the table. So even if it did get used in something, they may not be able to.
It's TV magic,
Technically,
though.
I know exactly. I said technically would not be able to trace it back.
Yeah.
Technically.
But I feel like we've talked about everything, unless you guys have something to bring up.
No, man.
I know this is from like other episodes. That's what I'm just like. Betty's mom. Betty's mom.
Yeah.
Just margarine.
Margarine.
True. I mean, just her interaction with GP.
Yeah, well, yeah. They have history, and
Oh
I think
yeah.
They
I
made a
think-
baby.
I think that's where
Has
the
that
older
been
brother comes in.
verified? Do we know if that's what happened there? Because I
This
was
is
thinking.
why that's my theory that
Mhm.
that Hal got mad at her and wanted her to give up the baby for adoption because it
Yeah.
wasn't his.
That's okay. Good. I'm not the only one that's on that page. I think so too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which it's a whole nother twisty bald game there
Because
with
she
God.
so made sexual passes at him,
Oh yeah.
like off right off. I'm not like, whoa.
To be fair, she was kind of a different character that episode because she was all up in the serpents, like she'd never left.
All up
Yeah.
in the serpents.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I just thought of something. We're going to talk about Archie's mom, Mary, just for a second. She went on a
Let's set it
singles
back.
cruise,
Mhm.
and so
Because we could just go on cruises.
we know that Fred and Mary are separated. They're not divorced. So I think that kind of just confirms it for Fred being like, yeah, there's no chance she just went on a singles cruise. So, but yeah, I think that's it. We good, guys?
We good, guys.
Scooby Doo in the show.
Huh?
I'm still waiting for this damn Scooby Doo show that they
Yes.
gotta be doing.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for it. 'cause-
Not the movie with Velma and Daphne or
Oh,
whatever
no,
that was.
no,
not that.
Mhm.
No, we want an actual Scooby Doo live action TV show to
With
partner
that
with
girl.
Sabrina and Riverdale.
And the Hex Girls and
Mhm.
the Hex Girls now their own TV
Yeah.
show, because like they need one.
And with that, I think that's this episode, guys and gals. Kim, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at HUFFI2R, PUFFI2R.
Jake.
You can find me and all of my giggles and gore and monsters and mayhem on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me throughout Delta Life at ToNowherland. That's TONOWGRELAND. Join the Nowherland Society.
And Chrissy.
You can find me at Cleomoto on Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest.
And you can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYvenom24, and then you can find all this and more here on Twitch and YouTube. Also Google Plus and Facebook and Twitter.
Those are less important. Well, Twitter. No, Twitter's important.
Twitter's pretty important, yeah. Maybe MySpace, I don't know about that. And we also have Discord, which should be listed down below for you to join. And we have many things going on, lots of conversations. Leave some memes, leave some pictures, talk with your other viewers, your peers, and we'll be sure to...
Tell them about us.
Yes, and we will be responding to conversations as well. It's actually... We're active.
Mhm.
Trust me. But yeah, that's everything for tonight. Thank
And
you
go and meet
so
me at
much.
Riverdale.
And that's everything for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again. And wait, there is no
Soon?
promo. Yes,
Ish.
soon. It is. I do have the title. It's chapter 23, the Blackboard Jungle, comes back on January 17th. So
And there's a promo out if you want to see it.
There's a
is
promo.
there? There is a promo
and the
now.
fucking did I not call this that the Southside School was being closed down, and now they got to move over to Riverdale.
Yeah,
And we get to meet the son.
because the fucking brilliant adults in this show wanted to close an overcrowded school.
Now they make Riverdale, North Side, overcrowded. Awesome. That's
Like-
just great.
Dumb people. They're dumb people in this town.
Yeah, well, the mayor's the one that's ruining everything. But yes,
Well,
That's
Betty's mom didn't help when she stood up and said, "We should close the South Side."
that's true. She did do
She
that.
did
Oh
that.
my-
Fucking, that was her. She did that.
Why the mayor is taking advice
I'm
from
done,
her,
right?
I don't know. But
And she's like, Anna,
Because the lodges, they just got the money and they're doing this with it.
the apple balonies.
The apple
Yeah, apple-
baloney.
Baloney.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Apple baloney.